Well, I would love to bring up the person that everybody came to see Saturday, Tsung-Che
Go
Cheng.
ahead. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so Cheng is kind of interesting. He had a very good run in Greensboro, and it was clear that he had earned that promotion. The real question was whether or not the power was real, because it is Greensboro, it is high A, you know, that is a really offensive league, and that's a really offensive park. I think he had 9 home runs in Greensboro, and I think he got promoted early July.
That sounds about right. I'll also look that up.
But the exit velos with him are really good. Watching him in person, the ball does jump off the bat, and he's not a big guy.
I was gonna say the crazy thing about it to me is what he does do, and the power that he does have, and the frame that he does it with. He is tiny.
I talked to him. He said two of the players that he really looked up to um, were Francisco Lindor and Jose Altuve.
That makes sense.
That it makes sense, right? But he worked this offseason adding power, and it did translate at Greensboro. It hasn't translated quite yet at Altoona. He had some struggles a little early on there.
Mhm.
He made some adjustments, um, and then he went on like a 17 game hitting streak, and that that'll help your line. 17-game hitting streak will
Right.
help your line. I think since those adjustments were made, I think he's hitting like 300. I can't give you a specific date on that one, but he talked to me about because he goes up there looking to hit the ball, and he is not afraid to swing big. He took a couple of big hacks while I was there. He didn't play the first game. He did pinch hit, but it was just for a guy who is you know was supposedly that contact oriented. I was really shocked by the kinds of swings that he was taking, because he was swinging big.
So just some numbers out there. So we did officially get caught up on June 22nd. And like you said, it was certainly some struggles, right? July 23rd is
He struggled
when the
hard.
hit.
He struggled hard for his first 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, he was collecting hits, right? But July 23rd is the day that the hit streak started, and since that time, which is 122 plate appearances, yes, batting 314. A little bit of pop in there, not a whole lot. I mean, he's
Yeah, the
slugging
2 home runs.
448. Like that'll play, but yeah, 314, 356, 448 is this
And
last
he's
season.
genuinely is a shortstop.
Right.
This isn't like a situation where maybe he'll have to move off, or the arm isn't really there. No, he's a shortstop. The glove and the arm will absolutely play there. If there's anybody any lesser discussed prospect that I want to be real more than anybody else, it's probably him, because his approach is so unique in this system where just nobody swings at anything. I mean, we saw it today with Leover just taking those 3 pitches, and it's just Chang is just such a refreshing breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how well the bat translates to even just AAA. I'm not sure how well it's going to translate to MLB, but hoping.
Um, I think we talked about this with Rodolfo. And clearly, that's not going to be the case anymore. But like, you need, especially like with a rebuild, like teams. It's easy to draft Paul Skenes and Paul Skenes to perform, right? But like every rebuild needs some guys that are under heralded. They're kind of the unknown that come out and be part of something. And like I said, like Rodolfo, we thought might have been that person. Obviously, he's traded, so it won't. Like you're saying with Chang, I would love to see that from him also. Like if he can keep climbing, keep performing, and be that guy, he doesn't have to be a star. Like we're not asking him to be a star, not even an everyday player. But if he can become part of this, organization in the future, that would be big. And the other thing I want to say too is that you talked about him having a great start this year. because of Greensboro. And I want to back up just a little bit. I mean, he was actually put on the map because of the World Baseball Classic also. He was balling out
Yeah,
in the
he
World
was. I
Baseball
forgot
Classic
about that.
too. So like it kind of started there, and then he goes to Greensboro, and you just see like, oh, whoa, 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 hold up, is this guy legit? So now that he is in Altoona, and as we talked about, like that's real competition. Charrington has said it multiple times. Like if you're already here, you're on the doorstep of going to the majors. To see him performing recently is certainly nice to see.
I don't know if I should make this comp because I'm gonna get burned for it.
Oh, then make it. I mean, it's not
His
me. I don't
game
have to
is
worry about myself.
his game, not the player, his style of game. I think it's very similar to Ha-Seong Kim.
Ooh,
I know he's putting up like a 6 WAR season right now.
right.
So, put the brakes. I'm not saying that Cheng is going to be a 7 WAR player. I'm not, nowhere, but it's similar. It's a similar
To be
style of game.
fair, Kim didn't put up a 7 WAR season when he came over to the majors. Like it's taken him some time to get to this level also. Uh, but I like that. And I think this too is like he didn't have major pops, doesn't have major pop, but like I would like to look at that comp more, but I don't hate it. If of course
Because Cheng hits the ball
things
hard.
go right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the 90. For the record, that is like the 103rd percentile outcome for Cheng. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying their games are similar. That's
Uh-huh.
all I'm saying. I need before that gets clipped, before that gets thrown back at me.
Oh, this is getting clipped, and that's the title of this video. Connor says.
Yeah, Connor says Tsung-Che Cheng is going to be a 7 WAR player in
Yeah,
2027.
he's not even him. He's Kim.
Well, thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.